And right here we have Myron Flowers, strength and conditioning coach of Gervonta Tank Davis for this fight March 1st with Roach. How are you doing today, man?
Greatest fight week.
That's right. That's right. So tell me a little bit about yourself. I mean, like where you from, where you started this journey becoming a strength and conditioning coach and leading up to when you got to meet Gervonta Tank Davis as well.
I've been, I'm from Washington area, right, Silver Spring, Maryland. Born and raised. Went to a local high school here, Paint Branch High School. Waited from North Carolina Central University in Durham, North Carolina. I played football and ran track. Was a dual sport athlete in high school, but kind of got into the training. I played in Canada as well afterwards in the CFL, and then just kind of got into the training piece. While playing, even in college, and then of course the off football. And then once I was done, I just kind of took on. It's just manifested.
Coach, hold on one second. I think we have perfect signal, but I think like where how your phone is tilted, like the speakers come in like in and out a little bit.
Got me?
Yep.
Okay.
All right. So yeah, you was when were you transitioning from strength and conditioning coaches from football to actual boxing itself?
Well, it's funny because it's never been my style of training and my philosophy was never really sport specific. It was never sport to any sport, even though I played football. It was more so lifestyle teaching based, right? With disciplines of, nutrition, your strength training, speed development, flexibility, everything that you need as an athlete. So, for me, because I come from the football field, I had a lot of success dealing with football players naturally. And then also at the same time, I had to educate a lot of people from the outside looking in on what we were really doing and understand philosophically it didn't have anything to do with sports. So what was happening, because I was training with a lot of these football players, you know, they kind of put you in a box to say, oh, he only trains football guys. And it's like, it's no such thing. Every sport, whatever you play, you want to be strong, explosive, fast, flexible, athletic, right? So there's no real sport specific piece that we're doing. We're doing that. So like it's identifying each athlete, regardless of sport, on their limitations, things they don't do well, so they can see themselves be better at their sport. You know what I mean? So getting the opportunity to train Tank kind of came about because I worked with Scooter Davis, Derek Davis Jr., which who he trained with doing this preparation for the fight. And Tank would come to the gym over Headbangers from time to time to train with Barry and all those guys down there, just to change it up a little bit. And when he was training with Barry this fight, he's always he's always seen Scooter. He's always kind of been impressed with, okay, the young man's demeanor, his physique, his conditioning levels, right? And then okay, wanted to ask questions about, okay, who's he strength conditioning with? So while I'm here for camp, who's Scooter working with? When that's kind of when my name came up into the fold. They called and asked would I be willing to train him for this fight. So I mean, for us, we've been training Scooter for a long time now. Prior to, but I would say we've been in the boxing game per se. But now with him coming over here and getting the opportunity to do something untraditional, different. You normally don't see boxers train with other boxers in a sense, right? They normally train by themselves. It's not like a team type of mentality because it's just you in the ring. And they both helped each other. Scooter's a great fighter, up and coming fighter. Tank has a lot of things that he helped Scooter with, but at the same time, Scooter's been training longer with us since he was a teenager and knows a lot more in reference to strength and conditioning and the disciplines with everything else around training leading up outside of boxing. So it was kind of cool to see them work together, man, and push each other and be there for each other through this whole process.
So, was it? This is the first time that you've been able to work with Tank per se. This camp leading up with Lamont Roach.
Yes, first time. Never met him. Of course, followed, watched him box. Knew his talent and ability, but this was just an organic, organic type of relationship that we created through training, and I learned a lot myself, and then I think he's learned a lot. I told him like I had a lot of respect for him because where he is in his career, normally with guys like his type of success, regardless of sport, they're not going to change much. You know what I mean? They're not open to change. So when you open to change, you get a chance to really kind of evaluate yourself and be honest with yourself to say, okay, listen, man, I can get better at this. I can get better at that. Like that's huge to me. And I think he don't get enough credit for that in his ability to evaluating himself and being honest with himself on things he needs to work on.
So tell me, when's the first time you got to hear that you were going to train Tank for this fight? How was that conversation?
Oh, man, I got to be honest with you, man. I've been training professional athletes for so long. It's
NFL
kind
football players
of
specifically.
NFL, NBA. We've trained over 80 plus NFL players. High level college players, high level high school athletes. We're a grassroots based program. We've trained over $4 billion in contracts. So, and then we have people in other fields too. So it's not like this starstruck attitude of you know me training him and looking to build my status or who I was. At the end of the day, it was somebody who was put in place for me organically, the right time, right place, and just fortunate enough to get a chance. But it's like I said, I was more of appreciative that he was willing to do something new and try it and not quit on it and stay with it. So like it's just been good. It's been very good, and we're already talking about the future, right? In reference to how he wants to go about his business. He saw that how it made him feel, how he feels, and where he is mentally, physically, spiritually, and and how he wants to continue it.
And as a coach, like talking about the mental and spiritually, where do you feel like Tank is from? Where you've known him so far. Where is his mental statement?
No, so it's funny because I know before I met him, I saw the interviews when he was talking about retiring and a lot of that stuff, right? And just outside looking in before knowing him, I wasn't judging him on it. You know what I mean? Because I don't know him, right? But after meeting him, I can see why he may have said that, right? And him wanting to get therapy and all this stuff, right? So we kind of talked about it, and he was saying that I was saying that boxers is a little bit different than football players or any other sport, and you have to have a code switch. Like I play football. When I put my helmet on and I play football, I was a total different person. When I took my helmet off, I was a total different person. We know how to code switch. We can shake hands before the game and still want to run through somebody's face. And then at the end of the game, I can shake your hand. Well, in boxing, that's not really the case. And especially a person like him who has kind of been breded to box, to fight, right? Since he's 6 or 7 years old. He's 30 years old. He's only been breded to fight. And fighters, it's like keeping a pit bull in the backyard, and he's only been trained to fight. He's only been trained to kill. He hasn't really dealt with, different emotions. He's never had an opportunity to self-observationally watch other people handle different situations, right? And you take him around other dogs or you take him around other people, he's not going to be socialized. He's going to be on attack. He's trained to fight. He's a fighter. So, with that being said, now, not saying that's any excuse, but when you get upset and you don't know how to cope or code switch, you revert back to what you've been taught. You're a fighter. So when you're angry, you fight. And I think being here has allowed him to not train for boxing, but train for life, right? The atmosphere that he's in, right? The ability to be around all these different types of individuals, diverse individuals, and still get what he needs done. Where normally he's trained in the boxing world for a fight, and he's training with the trainer, and it's just him and the trainer. Well, here he's in here with different people, all walks of life, right? And socially, observationally learning, and enjoying the process, going through, feeling joy and pain. The pain of being pushed, of course, right? And then the joy of just laughing, man, and having a good time and realizing that I can enjoy myself and still be in this right mindset and have the confidence that I need to go fight too. So now you're also around these people who, I have kids. You know, Tank has kids now. Our other coaches have kids. They're kids that were coming through the gym at the time when he was here. So he's seen fathers, he's seen mothers directly correlate and self-observationally get a chance to see these people deal with different people, man. And it's beautiful. You know what I mean? I've seen a lot of change in him through this training, even though not knowing him. Just as his wantingness to be better in that aspect, and then him now understanding, okay, no, you don't have to change into that Tank. You don't got to get rid of that dog mentality that you had. In fact, it's a blessing for you because not many people have it. But now you just need to learn how to cope with it. And with more of this lifestyle approach that we're doing, it's more so keeping his fitness levels up, right? And eating right and being around the right spirited individuals. Being around people who want to motivate you and push you. You feel good being around, you know what I mean? And I think you get an opportunity to see that. And it's gonna be good even at the end of his career, you know, for him. When he's done boxing, I think it's a blessing.
What have you learned from Tank? From the first time coming into the door till today.
First day he came in, right? He had all these bodyguards with him, security. And when he came in, he's looking around, not very, not very trusting, I'll say, right? And at the time when he came a little late. So I got a window of time I had planned on training him. At the time when he started, I also got a class that I start that starts at 10 a.m. Right? So his time kind of ran into that time, right? Well, at the time we had a lot of college kids home for break. We had high school kids home. We had free agents, people working out, and then we had general fitness people just in here. It was chaos. It was controlled chaos, right? And after he trained, we sat against the walls, back was against the wall, so now he can see the whole. And he's seeing all this movement, and I'm sitting back on the wall talking to him, and I'm just kind of educating him on what we do, just like I'm talking to you about. We start grassroots, right? All these kids you see, are here to get better and improve. Some guys on different levels than each, but at the end of the day, we all in here to help each other, right? So he's seeing this, and he's also listening to me. And as he's seeing and witnessing this, he noticed out of all these people was in the gym, not one person came up to him and asked him for an autograph, to take a selfie, none of that. I had to let him know, like, they want what you got. They here to work. It's not even about you. In fact, they don't even see you. All they see is the work that they're supposed to do today and where they're trying to get to. So, after seeing that, as time went on, as we worked each day, because he was here five days a week, every day, it's got better and better. Understood, right? Even the security was was at ease in a sense to say, like, man, there's security everywhere in here. everywhere you look is security. This is a secure place. So, it helped everybody, you know what I mean? And it was just that's just a story that, that I remember the first day.